though small in population, Puerto Rico has been a wellspring of world champions and legendary figures. Miguel Cotto, embodying the spirit of his heritage, mesmerized the boxing world while bearing the weight of his nation on his shoulders. As a multiple-time world champion, he became the first Puerto Rican boxer to claim world titles across 4 different weight classes, starting at super lightweight and ascending to the middleweight division. Between 2007 and 2009, Cotto achieved a peak active pound-for-pound ranking of 7th by Ring magazine, further solidifying his place in boxing's rankings. His journey reflects the profound truth that greatness is not bound by size, but by the depth of one's spirit and the legacy they choose to carry. As Cotto's career progressed, he evolved into a more refined boxer puncher, showcasing his adaptability and skill. However, during his early days as super lightweight, Cotto was a bully, a Trojan bull who gored through the competition to reach the peak of the division. In those formative years, he was an aggressive powerhouse, wielding sledgehammers in both hands and dominating the ring with sheer ferocity and strength. At super lightweight, Cotto was an aggressive power puncher who relied on a peekaboo guard as the solid foundation of his approach. He fought low, slightly hunched forward, a more square than the average boxing stance, with his hands tight to his chin. The style perfectly complemented his fighting style, providing a defensive barrier as he stalked his opponents. The slightly square stance allowed Cotto to generate more leverage in his hooks and uppercuts, which were essential weapons in his arsenal. He hammered those power punches with sheer ferocity. By fighting low, Cotto could get under punches, enabling him to work his way onto the inside, where he was most deadly. Additionally, the low stance allowed him to use his legs to launch forward, enhancing his offensive capabilities. Cotto's dynamic nature in the ring was largely due to his defense. Unlike many aggressive fighters who lack balance, Cotto used his defensive skills to enhance his offensive abilities. The peekaboo guard enabled him to dip at the hips, and he often parried punches to maintain his position. What truly unified his approach was his lateral movement, which allowed him to pivot opponents and reset the range or distance. He would step around or pull back just enough to stay out of range while remaining in striking distance.
So he's been fighting that all his...
He's fighting a dumb fight against a very smart fighter. And thank Top Rank and Peter Rivera for making him fight here, and he's used to it.
Cotto's aggression was meticulously calculated. Rather than charging forward recklessly, he advanced with purpose, using a strategic approach to break through his opponent's defenses. He relied on a demolition jab that acted like a battering ram, pushing opponents back and breaching the guard. Once he disrupted the balance or penetrated the defense, he opened fire with his artillery, effectively overwhelming them. Cotto had a knack for combining punches fluidly. Although not the fastest, he could coil and explode into combinations with precision. His punch placement was methodical, targeting both head and body, and skillfully navigating between them, around or under the guard. Much like chopping down a tree, he persistently attacked until his opponent succumbed. It was a gradual dismantling, with Cotto suffocating his opponents by never allowing them enough space to find comfort. Instead, they were constantly aware of his imposing presence. With the unremitting bombardment of punches, his opponents were forced to fend him off. Once Cotto worked his way onto the inside, the assault became a world of pain and punishment. His opponents had to endure and fight through the wrath, making it arduous and a grueling experience for anyone who stood across him.
Rivera 2 years ago was a better boxer.
Exchange of the left hook.
He realized that his right shoulder was injured. I had seen him shaking his arms.
What truly made Cotto fearsome was his power. With power came control, and with control, fear was never far behind. Cotto's timing and strength enabled him to trade punches confidently with his opponents, staying toe-to-toe and going blow for blow. This ability allowed him to punch alongside them, forcing his adversaries to think twice and gamble with their own strikes. Both fighters would endure pain, but the real question was, who could deliver it more effectively? With power in both hands, Cotto consistently bet that his punch would deal more damage than he would receive in return.
He goes, whoop, 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 behind. Nice right.
Better sitting still looking for one shot, so Cotto comes right on top of the overhand right, just as he started to throw that one shot, and it was a beautiful.
Cotto's taking Gorley, swarm him and looking for chances to counter. Was almost out.
Press fell a little bit short. We pointed out before.
No pressure fighter is complete without delivering body shots. Targeting the body was crucial for wearing down any opponent, sapping the strength and taking the legs from under them in the latter half of the fight, where the pressure remained constant. Cotto would twist and drive his knuckles deep into his opponent's body, ensuring the impact reverberated through the lungs. Attacking the body was also key to opening up opportunities to the head. With Cotto's low stance, he was always well positioned to unload those powerful hooks to the body. This is what made his offense truly comprehensive.
Go right back to it. Just popping and pulling back.
The body, and then he gets right back with the jab again.
Body that Cotto seems to begin to land at will upstairs.
Yeah. Cotto has his hands, his defense set. Whatever you do, catching unnecessary punches.
Effective. So Puerto Rican Day parade.
Cotto demonstrated remarkable dynamism as he navigated the diverse challenges the super lightweight class presented. When Cotto faced a veteran southpaw like DeMarcus Corley, he showed he was able to fight against odd angles. Matched power for power with the feared knockout king, Reno Bailey, who has stopped 27 opponents of his 28 victories. Showcases resilience and heart in the grueling battle against the hard-hitting Ricardo Torres, and capped off his super lightweight journey by battering the young, slick, and undefeated Paulie Malignaggi. Cotto's ability to adapt and triumph over such varied styles highlighted his versatility and tenacity in the ring. Emerging from a lane abundant with champions, distinguishing oneself amidst such illustrious figures is a formal challenge. Yet, Cotto achieved this with remarkable grace. His journey was one of transformation, evolving from a relentless pressure fighter to a versatile boxer puncher, and once more back into a fearsome pressure fighter. In the arena of life, where doubt often shadows the path of the valiant, Cotto faced skepticism time and again. However, with each fall, he rose anew, reaffirming his rightful place at the helm.